Welcome, everybody, to NFT Intel. Thank you for joining us. As always, we are glad to have you. It is November 21st, Monday, and we got a couple good mints coming up this week. As always, I am here with our co-host, Paul C. and Sol Dozer. Welcome, gentlemen. Always good to see you guys on Monday night for all the meat on the Intel. Any
Always good to see you too, Kris.
Yeah, one of these days we're going to see you, Paul. I know it. I know
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah,
pointing at the
maybe.
screen. I'm pointing exactly right at you. So, want to also make sure that let everybody know that this is a joint project of Exodus Wallet and the Sol Army. You can take a look at. You can download your Exodus wallets from exodus.com Web3 wallet multi-chain right in your browser, mobile and desktop as well. It's the only wallet you really ever need. Also, Sol Army. Check the Sol Army out on Twitter, and it's a good time. It's a good time for the army, wouldn't you say, guys?
Oh yeah.
You know, nothing's really changed. We've just been working hard, and yeah, just a
Yeah.
bunch of guys that show up every day and wanna do good stuff. So it's just nice to see number go up for once.
Yeah, number go up, especially in this in this
In this
environment. So
economy.
yeah, right. I mean, and it's really interesting that Sol price is going down, but the NFT market seems to be picking back up. Daily volume is up for numbers of NFTs, right? Because I mean, obviously the price is lower, but we had a couple good mints this last week that we didn't cover on the show, like Lily and something else, um,
Sorcery, which we did
sorcery.
cover
Yeah, sorcery we did cover.
Yeah, we
And
covered sorcery.
extensively.
mint prices are holding really good. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the
In
ecosystem.
in all fairness for us, I feel like a lot of projects are dropping their mint date within like a day or two of their actual mint. So unless we're horizoning everything, it's very hard to get which ones are within that week
Yeah,
because they all drop their
this is
mint date
true.
like a day before. Like we were going to talk about Elixir, which had a TBA date last
Yep.
week, and then it ended up minting last week, which they announced like 24 hours prior. So, yeah, but lots of good mints, and same thing this week. Lots of cool ones. Cool one tomorrow.
It,
Cool one,
it
which
seems
is now no longer minting this week. But here we are.
it seems like a lot of projects are much more comfortable than they used to be with moving their mint date around. Right, like a couple of
Mm-hmm.
months ago, if a project were to have pushed their mint date out, like they would get fudded beyond all reason. Like people would fud the hell out of them. But now it's like it's fine. It's much more normal to sort of be flexible with the mint date, but unfortunately we miss out on some opportunities because of that. But it's a good thing, I think, for the ecosystem.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can also argue that I think the volume is probably going up, and this is my semi-bearish take on it, but volume's probably going up because Sol price is going down, and people are like, "Screw it, what have I got to lose?" So might as well throw it at some JPEGs while I'm at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of the fundamentally strong projects are going up a lot. Foxes are up a fair amount. DGen Fat Cats are up. I think the Taio ecosystem's pumping. Lots of good stuff going up. So not a bad time to be in NFTs.
Always money to be made. Um, did we lose Kris?
I think so, but I think we can go ahead and probably begin our chat today about our project. Which one did you want to cover first today?
Yeah, for sure. What did we decided? We're going to go first project with Matchday, was it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's cover match day. That one's minting tomorrow. So, do you want to give us the rundown, Dozer, on match day?
Yeah, well, let's go. Let's run through Matchday. So Matchday is a pretty low key project. I hadn't heard about it until I think Sunday. They are definitely playing into the World Cup going on because they're a full soccer, football, whatever you call it. Sorry, I'm from the U.S., so I call it soccer. Um, NFT project where you. Oh, Kris, that's DEGEN news.
You are absolutely you are absolutely right. Go ahead,
No.
keep going. I'll get that sorted out here.
Yeah, so Matchday is a free mint that's happening tomorrow, and it is a soccer NFT project where you can, what they're calling build your own squad. It's sort of like a fantasy style, like fantasy sports style NFT project where all the different players are on cards, and you can trade, and you can. They're integrating like predictions and things like that, where you can predict the outcome of different games. So if you go to their website now, you can sign up and get like a starter team. You can do really simple predictions, like Kris has pulled up there. You can predict the outcome of games. You're not wagering anything. You're predicting the outcome of games against some of your other friends. And I think it's just for bragging rights. It's nothing more. Um, but then their project that is minting tomorrow is, like I said, a free mint, and it's 15,000 supply. Um, Now, what is that about? I'm not positive, and I don't think too many people know exactly what that is going to be for. Um, but
Yeah,
you do.
I can help out. I can help out a little bit there. I think just from doing the cursory intel is that these match day cards or match day card packs will instantly be redeemable on their match day challenge pass. So it's not you're not actually minting a card. You're minting a challenge pass that you then take over to their website on matchday.com and end up once you sign in you can then redeem that challenge card for a pack of players that has to do with specifically the FIFA World Cup. So I don't know how many I don't know how many players are in a pack, but then you can use those packs to then, like you said, you can actually invite your friends and you can play against your friends that also have those packs. Now those packs are um, there's only one pack per account. So once you claim a pack, so it wouldn't be any good to have two packs unless you have two different accounts. And then these will be incorporated into their match day mobile game that will be releasing next year, as far as I know. So
That was much better said than what I was saying.
and so I guess what somebody will end up needing to do is once they mint from gather this from Magic Eden. In Magic Eden, you have a couple steps you need to do. You need to you need to sign up or connect your Solana wallet, log into your Magic Eden account, connect your Magic Eden account to Twitter, and then can connect to the Matchday Discord. Once you do all those things, if you're qualified, which you'll have a particular wow, that's some focus stuff going on there. So once you're even though you couldn't see that because I wasn't actually on camera, thank goodness. You will then, if you have a certain role in their Discord, you'll qualify to do the mint. And as obvious, there's 5. They say that they are building games for 5 billion fans. Can you imagine a platform with over half of the world's population on it?
I mean, that's one of those things where it's like that would be massive. Will that ever happen? We don't know. Not going to say no, but if they're building on Solana and hoping for that kind of scale, that is innately pretty bullish. That Solana is their blockchain of choice. There's probably a variety of reasons for that, and we can go into that another time. But I really like seeing projects like this building on Solana and contributing to the ecosystem, which kind of goes back to your first point of like, there's already so many good projects and there's lots of good projects minting consistently on Solana. These builders haven't gone anywhere. So, I mean, I'm reasonably optimistic for the future of our blockchain.
Yeah, I am. I am too. I mean, price be damned. I've actually bought Sol cheaper than it is right now, so I still feel pretty. I still feel pretty good about it. You know, back in the early days, but it's, yeah, you said it. It's not going anywhere, and especially with FIFA partnering up here with. Let me see. So their partnerships are FIFA and FIFA Pro, which is the Global Players Union, um, and the Solana Foundation. So they've got a lot. They've got a lot going on behind them, and you know, if you're gonna go for a large audience, what better to do it? You know, place to do it in than football, and not NFL, of course. So World Cup, and I believe today was the first day of the World Cup tournament. So, do you guys watch any games?
I watched a little bit of the U.S. game they played today. I think it ended in a draw, 1-1. Other than that, nope.
Early games, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I didn't get to watch any. It was a busy day at work, for sure. Um, so a funny story here. Okay, so let's just wrap up match day here. Magic Eden, November 22nd, free mint. Um, 15,000 supply. Go through all those steps, and then you can a mint a match day challenge pass. There's three phases there. There's a whitelist phase, which is guaranteed, I believe. There's a DAO phase, and then there's where DAOs for collaboration. So whitelist go first, DAO allocations go second, and then public. And they're all split about an hour apart from each other. So you don't have to wait for too long if you don't qualify for a higher tier. So what'd be great, hop on, you know, Soul Army or Exodus and show us your match day packs and what you get. I'll be asking on Twitter, and that's exodus.com for our Twitter account.
Use my invite code so that I can get the free packs for inviting
Okay.
3 friends.
Inviting 3 friends. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So tell us about that code really quick. Not
Oh,
your code.
it's just.
I want you to tell us about like what the mechanics of the code are.
I got you. Yeah, my code is no.
Right.
It's well, actually, it's funny. I'll explain what it is, but first, the whole system worked really well because I think about 200 people in the Soul Army posted their codes, and people were clicking them like crazy yesterday, getting everyone to sign up and use everyone's code so that everyone can get the free pack. But basically, it's a simple, use my code where you're given a user generated invite code for you to share with friends, and if they click it and sign up, blah blah blah, all of that, then you get free, another free pack of players. So it's nothing crazy, but just one of their mechanisms to try to help spread the word.
Nice. Very good. It should be interesting to watch. I'm guessing that if anything, it's going to bring some folks over into the Sol ecosystem that might otherwise not have had a need to do that or to be there.
I mean, it's free. You can't go wrong with free. You can't go any lower than 0.
Yeah, almost like a DEGEN mint, which is my attempt to segue into our next project called DEGEN News. And the funny story here is that as we were building this program today, we're chatting about what we're gonna do, and Paul says, let's do DEGEN News, and I'm like, all right, let's do DEGEN News. That sounds pretty good. Let me see what DEGEN NFT mints are coming. Like I was all on board with okay, well let's figure out what this is. What DEGEN mints are. I mean, we all know what DEGEN mints are. Which is they're usually free or really cheap. But there's actually an NFT from the company DEGEN News. And once we got that all out of the way, we figured out that like I understood that it was something that was a real real thing here. And they were
Yeah,
minting
that was pretty
tomorrow.
chaotic in our chat. I think you had already made the thumbnail for the other one, right? Before you knew that there was a DEGEN News.
Yep. I did, and I don't really know much about it. There's DEGEN News on Twitter, which they have a really great feed on Twitter, and they keep updates on everything every day. And if you follow them, you're gonna get lots of DEGEN News stuff. And
Their news. I'll add their news it's like in my opinion, it's a really good mix of actual degenerate news, stuff that like really doesn't matter, or projects that are absolute crap, or like they're shit talking other projects. Like there's a big chunk of that, and they combine it well with like actual substantial news that you need to know, because it's like a game changing piece of information. I think they do it really well. They combine the two nicely.
Yeah, and on their website they have a little bit more information about kind of what they are, and why they are here. A little roadmap, but basically this is a project an individually started project on Solana, and I could guess they're maybe looking for a little more funding so they can expand their services. I don't know. That would only be my guess, but it looks that the mint has been delayed. Paul, you said that's what you had said earlier, correct?
Yeah, so they originally were planning on minting on Friday, November 25th, but they've since moved their mint to an undetermined date due to volatile and unfavorable market conditions.
That's surprising. I feel like compared to last week, like this is roses right now.
I also think like DGen News is like a pretty solid project that a lot of people really know about. So, like, yeah, I mean, like, I
I
think they probably would
don't
have
have
done
any.
quite well. They have a lot of hype behind them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
that's the best intel that we've had all day, Dozer. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, check out Degenerate News. Hop into their Discord. It is a pretty, in my mind, it's a pretty valuable service that we that we that we're getting for free. So it's worth taking a look. It's worth taking a look at it and seeing what happens. It'll be good to know when there's a mint date. I like how they're kind of leaning into the, it's the DEGEN. Magic Eden also does that, calls its customers DEGENs, right? So it's not a derogatory term. It's maybe like a badge of honor, I think. But you can go to the Magic Eden website, click on drops, and get all set up for this there, and you can vote. You can vote for it too. Magic Eden. I'm not sure what Magic Eden does with the drop votes. Anybody know? Anybody know what they do with those, or is that just you know,
Like the
I'm sorry,
upvotes
what's
and
the question?
downvotes?
how many people are interested? I guess for somebody who's an investor, it would be good to see how many upvotes they get.
Yeah, you know what? I actually
Yeah,
don't know
I
what they
mean, a
do.
lot of projects. What do you mean? What do they do? Like, how do they use the
Well,
statistic?
yeah. What's the best use? What's the best use of that statistic? And I don't know if people can
I
see
think
it.
it's just straight up to gauge interest. It's like similar to Loop, how people are able to like and everything like that. And I mean, I
Oh,
like how they have to connect a wallet so you can't just keep spamming it.
yeah,
But naturally, there are projects that make it a raid criteria and say
yeah,
you have to upvote this, upvote us on Magic Eden because people do use that drop calendar as a way to follow along and see which projects are good. So organically, those upvotes would be really useful, but it naturally gets skewed a little bit when projects are asking people to upvote for whitelist. So we'll see.
right.
I mean, that would be my take on it.
Yeah, me interesting. I haven't actually used that metric. I actually haven't used that metric at all. But you know, that's what it's there. So I'm gonna have to try to take a look and find out where that is here. Let me see, Magic Eden list. I don't even know where their drop is. Looks like Magic Eden now has whitelist opportunities. I don't know if anybody's
Yeah, the
um,
drop calendar under marketplace there.
yeah, okay. Marketplace drop calendar. There we go. I thought I printed that out before. I'm just gonna show everybody on screen what that kind of looks like, so they can go there. There's a lot of new analytics tools in Magic Eden. I was actually surprised to see, especially in some collections. Like unfortunately, they take basically when another launchpad does something that is fantastic. Magic Eden, of course, you know, copy copy paste fantastic thing and makes it a little bit more robust for everybody else. Plenty of market spaces out there, but Magic Eden is still the king. You can find out a lot of information. Dozer, it
I
looks
think.
like you really want to say something.
Well, I want to apologize for just cutting off earlier when I lost my train of thought reading something on my computer, and
Ah,
um, but anywho, what I was going to say was we should talk about what's most important for the people who are watching, and it's what is the NFT? Like, what will the DGen News NFT already give you? Right? They already spread their news on Twitter,
right.
so what are you minting? And I think the answer is part of the reason why they're probably delaying their mint, and it's because I don't even think they know. Um, I'm looking at their white paper here, and it says, you know, the question of what about holder utility, and that's the most important thing. And their answer for that is simply, we have many different ideas which we will implement as we grow and scale. More information is discussed in our roadmap. And that's not a whole lot. That's probably the smallest amount of information I've ever read on a white paper for what investors are actually purchasing. So I guess they're pairing a degen mint with their degen news style because I don't think that they're what.
No, that's what I was saying earlier, man. I like think that it's probably a method to fundraise. I would like to see, and something that would be valuable, I think, for this NFT ecosystem is when projects launch, is that there's some kind of litmus test, right? Of like, okay, well, how transparent is the company, right? Um, I know that doesn't matter to a lot of people, but for me, especially like working for Exodus Wallet, is that our company is massively transparent, right? There's not a question that we can't usually answer unless it's, you know, outside of like legal bounds or, you know, attorney-client privilege, stuff like that. But for the most part, like even inside, everybody knows how much everybody else makes. We all know what our mission statement is. We all know what the value proposition, you know, all the customers will know the value proposition that they're going to get. You think of how many pitches you read, and this is me on my soapbox, right? How many pitches that you read that are as vague as that have tons of hype. And, you know, usually I don't even look at touching those things with a 10-foot pole because, you know, they're just copy paste. If somebody says, yeah, we're here to make the world a better place, like I say how, and they're like, well, you know, we'll figure it out. Right? To me, that's not a business plan. And a lot of these NFT projects kind of need to get their act together and step up and operate like a business, because it really is, they are really businesses. There's real people on the other ends of the NFTs that are looking for growth. I mean, unless you're like, hey, this NFT is a great PFP, and that's all it will ever be, is a great PFP. There's value in that, and there's value in the transparency. But if you pop on like anything else that you actually aren't prepared to fulfill, like, you know, vagueness is not good in this space, and I actually think that it hurts the space in the long run. Off my soapbox. Anybody got a rebuttal for that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have a rebuttal, more so an agreement. Like, especially, I've stepped into, I guess, a little bit of a larger role of doing the daily alpha and daily filtering in the Sol Army. I read a lot more about projects. I've always read about projects weekly for NFT Intel, but now I read about even more projects daily. And you're right, like there's so many blanket things where it's like, what is your roadmap? Oh, we want to spread the best vibes. We want to be the best at making, I don't know, memories on the Solana blockchain. And it's just like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, but people will invest in that for sure. I mean, if it's the brand thing and people think there'll be a pump, obviously it's not sustainable, and that's why you see a lot of these projects pump, influence, or exit liquidity and crash down. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of vagueness.
That's not
There is a lot
now,
of
though.
vagueness and no meaningful execution plan. 99%
Over the
of the
last,
time.
maybe, yeah, that type of style worked really well. The meaningless hype plays and things like that, people would buy into those, you know, without questioning it. But now Kris is right. It's the well thought out projects that are approaching it like an actual business. Those are the ones that you want to always pay attention to. And there's, you know, they're somewhat few and far between, but they are absolutely out there. There are multiple launching every week of legitimate
Well, we also touched.
businesses.
Sorry. Well, we also touched on it at the start. It's like those are the ones where you're looking at right now, and those are the ones with the floor prices that are sustaining value or pumping. Those ones with true fundamentals that add value to the ecosystem.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. And unfortunately, there's a lot of good projects that haven't broken out yet, and there's a lot of kind of projects that are sitting there, you know, and eventually we call them slow rugs, right? That just continue to lose value, or smaller and smaller value over time. So speaking of time, we are at time. We appreciate everybody spending 30 minutes with us talking NFTs every Monday night. Remember, the program's brought to you by, let's find my little thing here, by Exodus. Exodus Wallet. We have a wallet for Chrome and Brave extension, mobile and Web3, multi-chain, staking, you know, NFTs, whatever, you name it. It's really the only wallet that you will ever need. We update, we release a new one every 2 weeks, and I don't actually have a Sol Army logo. Oh, you know what? I have a Sol Army logo. We can go to this one right here. So we got Dozer and the Sol Army here. Check Sol Army at the Sol Army, or the _Sol_Army on Twitter, and project and Project Intel. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Paul and Dozer, thank you for all of your comments and spending your time. We will see you next Monday with possibly something really cool. So stick around, put on your calendars. We will talk to you later. See everybody.
Hooray!
Hooray! Well, I'm waiting.
I'm so sorry.
I'm waiting to end the stream. I'm watching here. There you go.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah. Sorry. It's